You're watching The Edward Fowler Show. Now, here's your host, Edward Fowler.
And a very good evening, April the 1st, 2026. And on this episode, we're bringing you a fantastic singer-songwriter based in America. It's a pleasure to have on Maisy Kay. Welcome to the show. Now, personally, I'm delighted to have you on the show tonight. Firstly, I was reached out by, I guess, your management or your publishing people. They found my hidden email because my email, the one I use, is not publicly available, but they somehow found it, which I'm very happy about and shocked about because I was like, blown away. So I was very happy to accommodate their request if I was interested in having you on my show. And I said, yes, absolutely. I'm always happy to have on new artists and anybody who finds my channel, find my content and think that they'd be suitable for my audience. So it's a pleasure to have your time this afternoon.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
No, you're very welcome. When I was, I guess, discussing about having you on the show, and I'm guessing your people came to you saying we've got this great opportunity to come on this little channel. Did you Google me at all or anything like that? I know you've been very busy as well, so you can be actually truthful, be like, no, I did not, but I just trust my management people.
Yes, I have not been able to look at anything work related since getting back from tour. I think but to be so transparent, some nights since being back from tour, I haven't even made it to my bed. I've fully fallen asleep on the couch. So I feel next level exhausted. So I didn't get to watch any of the show, but luckily my management know me very well and I fully trust them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, the previous guest to come on here, just to give you some background, was the lead vocalist of that classic song Teenage Dirtbag. He was on here. Brendan B. Brown was on here last week. 2 weeks ago, someone you may be familiar with, Jason Hollis, who is also represented by the same management who represents you in this capacity, was on this show as well. And I think from that conversation is when this opportunity with yourself came up. So it's a win-win, I guess, for me.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a star guest who really wants to say hello, so I'm just going to show him real quick. This is my cat, Freddie.
Hello, Freddie.
He was crying next to me, so I thought he wanted to be on camera.
Why not? He looks very, very cozy and relaxed.
He's named after Freddie Mercury, so he's got that star quality in him, just like the real guy.
Does indeed. You never know, the spirit might be living in him.
I think so, honestly. I could fully see it. He's dramatic enough. He's flamboyant. He loves a costume.
I love it. And you got a fantastic, for people who are listening to this at a later date, you're missing the beautiful backdrop behind you. We got, it's a beautiful backdrop behind you today. So good weather.
Yes. That's my lovely little balcony in my fairy themed apartment, which has so many things pink and flowery. It's ridiculous, but I've never half-assed things.
Absolutely. But I mean, what a perfect day to join this show farm as well, and you got lots of plants, it looks like, as well. So always good for the oxygen as well. So it's a good way to showcase, I guess, the useful way of climbers, to show people that having lots of plants and trees around helps everybody around. So you picked a perfect place for this. So the algorithm will love it.
Amazing. Yeah, I have sort of a fairy princess branding on stage, and everyone wants to know if that translates over to my at-home life. It very much does. It very much does. It's not just something I put on for show. It's very real.
well, and I'm sure people have said to you when you first started, as you continue to develop as well and gain traction with new fans, as you go on tour with different people, and we'll get on to one particular tour in a few minutes. But I bet people say that if you can't be yourself, if you can't connect with people, you will be found out anyway. So it's just better to be honest and upfront and truthful, isn't it? And what you see right now, by the way, is what you see all the time, not just on camera but also off camera. I can be your witness for that.
Yeah, I think it's so important to just be authentic to yourself because there's no way everyone's going to like what you do. And so, I was bullied growing up for being a little weird and for being really into fantasy. And I just reached a point a couple years ago in my career where I was like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace liking all that stuff because whether I do or not, I'm still going to have people that think I'm weird and strange. And I found that since embracing my genuine love for things, I've managed to find a community and a fan base that also really love those things and that we all get to genuinely bond over it. So be yourself and you will find your people. They're out there.
They are. They are. I agree. And I mean, just haters gonna hate, but just be you, be authentic, and life will treat you well, and you'll find other mind-like people, as you just mentioned, who like and enjoy the same sort of stuff as you. So, because there's plenty of people in the world who will like the same type of things, and there's always gonna be people out there who are just gonna hate for no reason because they got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, the number one piece of advice I give to anyone that asks me for advice getting into the music industry and on singing, I say just make sure you do it for you
Mm.
because everyone out there is going to have such strong opinions on what you should sound like and what you should look like. And if you love what you're doing, then it will always remain fun for you. But you have to make sure that you're doing it for you and don't let anyone else tell you how you should sound or how you should dress or anything like that. Just be true to yourself.
Yeah, great piece of advice, and I completely agree with you completely with that because it's just way to be. They can't say nothing else apart from that because you got people out there who need some positivity in their life. They might be going through maybe a divorce, or they might be mourning over somebody, and they can come to you because you're a positive light. Your music and the way you present yourself on social media and just in general when they see you out in public as well. You just bring that little sparkle to people and you just have that connection. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I always say the real world can be heavy enough, and it's nice to be able to create a community where we all just uplift and support each other and can bond over music and over fairy lifestyle and all that fun stuff. Like, I think it's so important to have those ways of escapism, especially lately. I feel like it can be a very dark place in the world. So I like that I can help people feel like we have a little safe space to step out of that and just enjoy the fantasy lifestyle and the things that we don't get to really pour a lot of time into in our real lives.
Absolutely. I agree there. Talk to my viewers and listeners about the fantastic opportunity you got to, I guess, share the stage with a fantastic artist, Lauren Spencer Smith. How did it all happen? And what an experience I'm sure it was. And you may even learned a few new things that you can then bring onto when you're on tour and performing in front of fans.
100%. I was so lucky enough to open for Lauren Spencer Smith on both her Australia run and her US and Canada run of the Art of Being a Mess tour, which was so exciting. I really feel like I learned so much about being a performer on that tour. And it was so inspiring. I mean, to work with someone with such a strong voice as Lauren. I mean, she truly does have an incredible voice. And seeing her sing like that for over an hour, 3 shows in a row, back to back, it was very inspiring for me. And I feel like it really pushed me to try and be my best self vocally and deliver more things out of my comfort zone vocally that I know a few tours ago I would have been too scared to try, and I wouldn't have had the confidence to believe in myself to do it live. And I think on this tour I really saw myself step into my own and start doing my own vocal runs and ad libs and hitting those whistle notes and having fun with it and really getting to feel like, oh, I'm a performer now. There were some people that saw me on the tour I did with Tori Kelly in 2024, or even the Jake tour in 2023. And they specifically said to me how much I'd improved as a performer and how my stage presence was crazy now. And I truly think that that is only something I could have accomplished from touring with these incredible artists and just learning from them.
Yeah, and I guess not just from that, but just being on the stage generally. Every time you go on stage, you just pick up something new, and you just keep developing as well, don't you? Because you might
Yeah.
not realize that you are developing and learning, but it just comes natural the more you are able to be in front of thousands of fans every night, and just getting used to that as well, from compared to those other tours you mentioned. So I'm sure that's gone into your mindset as well. And do you, I guess, have people record some of the sets you do to see how you can then improve on those? Because we can all be our worst critiques, can't we?
Yes, very much so. I do have videos. Sometimes we have someone on my team take a video, or sometimes I'll look at videos that fans repost. I try not to listen to every single one because I have this weird thing, which I feel like so many artists have, where we don't love the sound of our own voice, which is
Hmm.
so weird because our voice is our job. But I relate to that. But I think, yeah, there's been some things I've watched back and I've thought, oh, okay, I could do my choreo differently here, or I think that I should do something a little different there, or make sure that I'm not looking away from the stage at this moment. Just like little things that you see looking back. And I think it's been really cool to see my confidence build without me even really knowing it, just from the start of this tour to the end of it. Especially, I do a whole cover of Rolling in the Deep. It's pretty vocally challenging. It's a big belted song. I know for a fact that's something I would not have felt brave enough to do live
Mm.
a couple years ago. So seeing how I really came into my own with it at the start of the tour, by the end of it, I do this whistle note in the bridge. I was so confident about it. I'd make a big dramatic show of it, and I just got to enjoy it. Whereas I think the first few shows, I was scared for my life. I was so scared. I wanted to make sure I could hit the notes and everything would be fine. Whereas now I've done it for almost 2 months. I just really get to enjoy it and lean into it and have fun with it. So it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just shows you how much confidence every time as well you are getting, and the fans are seeing that, and that's why you are being given all these amazing opportunities as well. So we can't wait to see what else will come for you in this year in 2026, because April the 1st, we're now officially, I want to say, towards going towards summertime now, aren't we? We're not far from summer, and I'm sure your summer will be getting packed with many tours and maybe new music, whatever else may come across. So we can't wait to see all of that, and we will plug your social media very shortly as well, so people can find you easily. I have actually tagged your YouTube channel on this video, so I will also send a link to your management team, well, to people I'm in contact with, to see if they want to collaborate on this video, because something which YouTube's brought out more recently is you can now collaborate on video. So basically, this video can appear on your YouTube channel type thing. So
Oh,
I
that's
will,
very cool.
yeah. So I will send that link to the person I'm in contact with to pass on to your team to see if that was something they may be open to. Again, they might be, they might not be,
Amazing.
but I'll give it the option either way. But I mean, as well, because we're now in April. You've had a cracking start to the year. I mean, could you imagine this year going anything differently compared to maybe this time last year, for instance?
Yeah, oh my gosh. I mean, this time last year I was struggling a lot and I was having a lot of doubts about whether I was in the right career, and just because I just felt like I wasn't doing good enough, and I think I was beating myself up a lot. So now to see just the fan response from this tour, I mean, I've picked up so many new listeners and so many new people found me from this tour, and that's just so motivating and encouraging to see that people liked it and that I can believe in myself, and I can believe that I'm good enough, and I can believe that I can do this. I think last year was just a really big time of self-doubt for me, and now I would say I feel very confident and very excited for the rest of the year, and I'm ready to work hard, and I'm ready to do more shows and put out more music, and I'm just excited to see what all the new listeners think of it, because we have so many now. It's so
You
exciting.
do, because I mean, let's just go through. So we should mention as well, you've got over 7.6 million streams on Spotify alone. That's just incredible. Did you when you set out in this journey, and of course over a year ago as well, when you were having those doubts about if this is the right career for me, you know, when you see numbers like that, 7.8 million streams on Spotify alone, that's just incredible. And you should be very proud of that achievement, by the way, because not everybody
Yeah.
can say they've got over 7.8 million streams on Spotify. So it's a big number and a big milestone for sure. So I guess, how did you get out of that mindset of, is this the right career for me, to where you are now? There might be people out there in similar situations, who might be wanting to see how you were able to get out of that mindset. Or maybe you're not, maybe you're still in that mindset, but you're not thinking about it as much.
Yeah. I think for me, yeah, the touring was a huge, crucial part of it. This industry can be pretty isolating, and though I have incredible numbers on on Spotify, which I'm so, so grateful for, you don't meet a lot of people, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not meeting listeners of my music. I sit in my apartment, I live alone with my cat, I go out and see friends a couple times a week. It's very isolated in terms of work. I'm not really seeing a lot of in-person payoff from my work. And I was also, yeah, I'm very self-critical. I was dealing with health things. It was just a very tough time. I worried my health issues would not permit me to be able to sing anymore.
Gotcha.
And that's something else that I really had to work through last year. And that's why singing Rolling in the Deep on this tour was such a big deal for me. Because last year I was genuinely worried that I would not be able to sing at all because my voice was so heavily affected by health stuff. So I think for me, the ability to persevere and push through those health things, and to be able to think like, I sang Rolling in the Deep for 33 shows. I sang that live for 33 shows. Sometimes, a lot of the time, it was 3 shows in a row, 3 different cities in a row. And I did that. I objectively did that. So I think that gave me a confidence boost to believe in myself again, to be like, this health problem you have doesn't need to define you, and it does not need to stop you from accomplishing your dreams. I have to take different care of my voice now, and my life does look different, but it did not end it, and I shone above it. And I think that was what I really needed to see myself do, and to know I could do that, to trust myself, that to keep going. And so, yeah, I'm not in that headspace anymore. I just feel so excited and proud of myself vocally that I was able to push past what I was. I think that is a testament to me of how much I want this career.
Absolutely.
And how much I'm going to continue to push for it. So
good to hear. And I mean, music to all your fans' ears as well, because I think we need you more than ever. And you may not think that right now, but in years to come and years after you are no longer on this earth, people will be thinking that and will be reflecting like, damn, I'm glad that we had you as an amazing artist, and we're glad we got your music, because we get to listen to it for generations to come. So all round, it's going to be fantastic, and even look at the numbers again, because for instance, with you've released a lot of music over the past year. So for instance, for people who may not be familiar with your work, you released a single called Somebody You Never Touched, which you mentioned as well, on July the 25th last year. You also released a single called Death of the Party on October the 24th, 2025, and now your newest single, which came out in January, which we have a nice graphic which I've been given to show, so I'm going to show that right now on the screen. This is a fantastic single called Vantablack. I hope I pronounced that correctly. If not, I do apologize. It was not intentional. That was released at the end of January, and I like the artwork for this newest single of yours. And where does the name come from? Out of curiosity.
Yeah, so Vantablack is a type of paint that is so dark it looks like a hole in reality when you see it.
Fair enough.
So we had a really fun idea. Everyone wanted a fun upbeat song, and I was saying, but I'm so sad. Like, I'm so heartbroken. I can't write a fun upbeat song. I'm heartbroken. And so we were sort of like, well, okay, what if we talk about being heartbroken, but we make it fun and upbeat.
Hmm.
So we had the fun idea to talk about my heart being covered in Vantablack paint. So it is so dark now that it is like a giant hole in reality. So the song, it sounds very fun and cute to listen to. Lyrically, when you delve into it, it's a little sad, but that's honestly my favorite type of music to make, when you're jamming out to it and then you hear a certain lyric and you're like, oh my God, is she good? Like,
I love it. I love that. But I mean, it's a great tune, and it seems to be doing quite well at the moment. People are reacting to it well, and it's connecting with people. So you're doing, a good job. And I guess as well, in your from because you've been very busy, obviously with getting prepared for tours and etc. Have you seen a lot of feedback you've seen online about the single as well so far? And
yeah, I
and of
think
course when you're playing it live, obviously as well, you get the actual immediate reaction as well.
Yeah. I think it's been really great. I think people really love it. I know when we wrote the song, we knew in the moment it was an exciting
Mm.
song. When you get that feeling, we definitely knew it was a special track when we made it. So I think it's been really cool seeing the reaction to it, how many people love it. I have honestly loved seeing how many supportive husbands love it. I
That's
have
interesting.
many married fans listening to it, and I see their husbands in the back jamming out.
Love it.
I love that. I love seeing a supportive partner.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, no, it's been so cool. And a lot of people didn't know what Vantablack was before the song. So it's also been really cool just getting to tell people about it and bring more
Mm.
attention to it, because it's such a cool fact. If you see pictures of Vantablack paint, it looks insane. Like, it looks Photoshop, but it's not. It's real.
I believe you. I believe you. Of course, it gives, I guess, great exposure as well for that, and I'm sure the people who do create those types of art will be very grateful for the exposure by you now. So it might even bring them new fans because they'll be intrigued to know what it is when they Google it. They will see that type of art now. So you've done quite a good job in that sense.
Yeah, I love that. I hope they get more traction from this.
Yeah.
I've had people tagging me in just literally Vantablack paint videos now, so it's very funny. I'm like, okay, amazing.
Oh, I love that. But yeah, because as you mentioned, it's a happy sounding song. You mentioned about the lyrics are not, are quite sad in some aspects, but you got to make a balance of a bit of sad, but try and keep it upbeat as possible, so that it's just not a mourning or a negative song, which in the world we live in at the moment, there's a lot of negatives out there. So with what you're trying to do is to bring some happiness in that, so all credit to you as well. And the other thing I like about you is you're able to, I don't know, something about you which you're able to stay relevant, and because there's a lot of competition. Artists might not think that, but you are competing with other artists to try and get the fans to stay with you, and because you get this thing where the fans will stay with you so long, and then they find the next big thing, and then they go to them, and then the same cycle. But how do you, I guess, keep the fans with you this entire time, and of course when you are getting the opportunity to go on tour with other people and to show what you are able to do, and then bring hopefully them to you as well, and vice versa. So it's like a win-win opportunity. But how do you keep yourself relevant with doing all of this amazing uh, work you're doing at the moment? 'Cause it's a lot of work in a
Yeah.
good way, but
Yeah, in a very good way.
yeah.
I think for me, I just pride myself on trying to be as interactive as possible. I will repost my stories. I will like everything I'm tagged in. If you met me, I will go and find you and I will leave a comment, and I just really try to let everyone that supports me know how much it means to me, because it really does.
Mm.
And I think they really appreciate that. Like, on this last tour, I would do an unofficial meet and greet every single night after the shows, where I would go stand by merch for free. No, I wasn't charging, but I would just meet anyone that wanted to meet me, and I would give out little friendship bracelets near the end of the tour. And that just felt like a really fun way to connect with people. I think that's really what I appreciate. I think I have a really lovely community. I have so many fans that have been with me for years and years and years at this point. And I think they're excited too, seeing all the new fans that have been coming in from this tour, and the rise in the community now that's happening. I know I won't always be able to be as interactive as I am now. So I think while I'm at a scale where I can do these sort of things, I just really like to try and do it as much as possible and let everyone know how much I appreciate the support because it truly means the world to me.
Absolutely. I do have two questions left, so but I don't know how we're doing for time. So if at some point if someone says in the background you need to go, that's absolutely fine. Just let me know. uh, one of my questions is, of course, you are originally from over here in England, and it's nice to, I'm sure for you to reconnect to somebody in England for a change as well, because I know you're doing a lot of media, especially in America as well. Some places where I'm actually jealous of you at the moment. Like, for instance, you'd be on CBS Los Angeles, for instance, PlayStation blogs as well. I mean, some incredible press you've done, and it's incredible. And all credit to you for what you're doing to gain those amazing platforms to want to have you on on your platform. But when you first moved from England to America, were you a bit like homesick, or do you just adapt to your new environment in California? Because as they say, it never rains.
That's very true. You know, the weather here, it is nice, but I do miss the rain. Whenever it rains in LA, I get very excited because
But it's not
I
often, though, is
do.
it? I'm sure. I could be
No,
wrong.
it's really not. It's really not often at all. So when it does happen, everyone in LA forgets how to drive, and I personally get very excited. So just don't go on the roads and you'll be fine. Um, yeah. I miss England a lot. I miss the food a lot. I know everyone rags on England for having terrible food, and to those people, I would say they just have not had the correct food in England. I miss a Sunday roast dinner so bad. The things I would do for a Sunday roast. Oh my God. But in terms of just the different environments, I always traveled a lot growing up. So I'd been to LA before, I'd been around America before. I wasn't completely alien to it.
Mhm.
And at the time, I was getting really badly bullied in school. So when the record label talks were happening and it was like, do you want to move to LA to pursue singing? That was my number one dream in life and it always had been. So I was just very excited to get away from the bullies and pursue this career that I've always wanted. I would say the hardest part was just not being around kids my own age.
Mm.
I feel like that's something I didn't realize how heavily it impacted me until later in life. But from the ages to like 15 to 18 or 19 even, I just wasn't around anyone my own age. You know,
Yeah.
I finished school early and I was in recording studios and no one in those recording studios is my age. You know, they're all a lot older and it's a predominantly male industry. So I think I lost some important social skills
Mm.
through those years, and I've had to learn them later in life than I think most people would have. And I think that has been the biggest challenge for me. That, and as I said, missing the food because
Yeah.
Sunday roast, a Greg's sausage roll or a steak bake, every time we tour in England, I tell everyone, I'm like, right, we have to go to Greg's. We have to get a sausage roll and a steak bake. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
I know and it's crazy. Like when people try it for the first time, like because they don't know what to expect, do they? And once they try it, I think most of the time they love it, don't they, as well? So
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. Every American friend I've had try a Greg's steak bake, they're obsessed. Their lives are changed.
And then they want more of it, and then it's like, and then when they get back home, they think, oh, I mean, I really want that, but they don't do that over here, whatever.
Nope.
So, well, we can't wait for you to come back over. Hopefully soon for a tour. Hopefully, and we can't wait for that. And for people to to stay up to date with all your social medias, where can they find you to stay with all the latest information when you may be heading to their city as well? And that'd be very crucial because I'm sure you're in demand, and I'm sure people want to see you perform as well. So where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm easy. My social media is at Maisy Kay on literally everything. And that is spelled Maisykay. And there are absolutely more tours coming in 2026 for me, which I'm so excited about. And they will be announced in the coming weeks. So if you want to see me live again this year, you very well may be able to. Please check my socials in the next couple of weeks because I think you'll be excited. I know I am.
I love it. I love the teaser. one last question and I'll let you go. And that is, I'll give you the final thought here on the show, where I may have not mentioned something to you or to your management team, which you think is very important to go off your chest. So I'm going to give you now the final thought.
Okay, amazing. My highest streamed song is with an artist called The Fat Rat. It has over 42 million streams. And I am so proud of that song because I sing in Na'vi, which is the language from James Cameron's Avatar. And I do that because I learned how to speak that language when I was 10, because that movie came out and I was a huge fan. And I got so severely bullied for speaking it. Everyone made fun of me. It was a really tough time for me. And so I just want to say, if you're experiencing bullying or if you have experienced bullying in your life, do not let that stop you being who you are, because 10-year-old me would be so proud to know that despite all that bullying, I have a song with over 42 million streams where I sing in Na'vi, and now I'm teaching other people how to speak it. So now it's become cool.
Yeah.
So do not let bullying stop you. Your dreams can be accomplished, and they can be accomplished using the things that other people may think are weird about you.
Great piece of advice, and that's a great way to end the show on. And I do really hope that whatever's next for you this year, I hope it's successful. I hope it's positive, and I hope, as they say on the streets, that it's lit, and and that you deserve all the success coming your way. So I wish you all the best, and I do hopefully that you will be allowed to come back onto the show again in the future, if of course you would like to be back on the show, obviously. But it's been a great way to spend half an hour or so with your presence this evening. I think we all needed that this week.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I would love to come back. Thank you for having me. It's really been a blast.
Same here, likewise. And I can't believe it's been over 30 minutes since we began this conversation. It's been fantastic as well. So thank you for your time again, and I wish you the best for the rest of your day.
Thank you so much. I wish you the best with your day.
Thank you so much. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to smash the like button, share the video around about Maisy Kay, spread her around, talk about all her fantastic music, and help her to get those streams even more, impressive. Help her to get to 1 billion and keep going up as well, because she's doing phenomenal work, and again, she has all the plaudits and all the success heading her way. If you like the episode, want to see more of my great content, then make sure to smash that subscribe button. We are closing in on 380 subscribers. We only got a few to go to there, and then of course on the way to 400 subscribers. Again, there's a link in the description of this video to Maisy's YouTube channel, where you can see some fantastic music videos and other exciting projects which Maisy has been working on over the past couple of years. Until the next episode, whenever that will be, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon or evening.